Hi, I'm Livia, and this is a story of how I envisioned my future. Growing up, I was very shy, so my parents often pushed me to join groups and put myself out there. I started dance lessons at the age of 8, and I immediately fell in love with it. Because I was so shy in high school, my parents told me that I needed to join at least one club to get myself out there. I don't remember picking theater, but I do remember my mom dropping me off and telling me that I needed to put myself out there. I was very upset and terrified of what was going to come of this. Thankfully, with theater, I got to do what I loved most, which was dancing. I also noticed that there is a lot of different aspects to theater that I did not think of before. These were things like costumes and lighting. Not knowing what I wanted to do with my future often scared me. Even though I was very shy, I enjoyed acting because I got to act as someone else. But I always knew that I wanted to do something that involved creating some form of art. It was through theater that got me interested in things like film and photography. From doing things that I loved most, I felt most confident, and I felt like I knew who I was. I was very open to all possibilities for my future. I started off in engineering and hated it. I felt like I was having an identity crisis and switched out immediately. From then on, I knew that I wanted to do something that involves performing or working with performances. And through this, my mother supported me the whole way. Throughout high school and my first 2 years of university, I spent a lot of my time taking care of my mother, who was battling stage 4 lung cancer. I always felt very lucky to have such a supportive mother. But of course, there's always a downfall. When my mom passed away in my second year, I wasn't exactly sure how to deal with it. I am grateful that I got to spend as much time as her that I got to. But because of this, I didn't know what my interests were anymore. At this point in my life, I felt like I was having a second identity crisis. I took 2 days off school and started going to class directly after again. I started comparing my life to others and started covering up my problems with smaller ones that were easier to control. As difficult as this was, I started making new friends who had gone through similar experiences that I have. I saw the way they carry all their past with them and how they don't let it affect them from being themselves. I too wanted to do this. I am now fulfilled with my life. And because of my past, I've become more independent and motivated. I no longer compare my life to others, and I've realized that my past is an important part of who I am now. I started making time for myself and for the things I like doing. And I slowly figured out what I want my future to look like. And I know that everywhere I go, I carry a part of my mother with me.